That's right. Bar stools. All right, guys. What's going on today? A lot of news. Stuff's getting wild out here. Yesterday, sorry about how the stream ended. I had started yelling at Tim Cook at Apple and throwing dongles all over the place. And Steve Jobs came back from the grave and shut off my mic. So no hard feelings, Steve Jobs. I'm a huge fan. And don't shut off my mic. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving. A lot of good stuff going on. Stock market looks like it's in good shape. Dow Jones is at 1.92%. S&P's at 2.19%. Nasdaq's at 2.68% right now. Let's see. Crude oil's up 3.29%. It was crushed yesterday, so that's a good sign. Gold's up 0.43% at $1951.50. It's up $8.50. And silver's up to $27. Wow, silver is still ripping. That's pretty amazing. Let's check Bitcoin price. I haven't even looked at it this morning. 10,269.82. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour is up. That's cool. So nice little move for Bitcoin, but it's still chopping in this kind of 10,200 range after it puked from 12,000. I like Bitcoin at 12,000. And then I'm still tracking YFI. I don't know if any of you are in Yearn Finance, but it's made a big move today. It's up $5,000. It's up 7%. It's up $27,000. So something's going on with Yearn. And it looks like ETH is having a similar move. Seems like it's moving exactly with Bitcoin. So I don't know. All that stuff's kind of tracking the same. All right. What's up, Ryan? Good to hear from you. What's up, Hugh? Thanks for sending me. Oh, by the way, I really like when you guys send me articles in my DMs. Anytime you read something really cool, send it to me. I was reading about Peter Thiel and that kitchen investment, the $20 million raise. I thought that was pretty interesting, and a few of you had read the same thing. So just keep the information flow going. That's what this is all about. It's like sharing stuff, kind of keeping it moving. So U.S. stocks rebounded Wednesday after a 3-session sell-off, and big technology stocks pulled the NASDAQ Composite Index into correction territory. The tech-laden index rose 2.6%. Looks like it was having the worst 3-day drop since March. Let's see how the specific stocks are doing. Shares of Apple are up 4.2%. Microsoft is up 3.9%. Amazon's up 3.5%. Tesla's up 5%. Wow, it dropped 21% on Tuesday. I mean, if you were in Tesla, you must have been feeling like you got murdered. I don't know if Elon actually said anything to help out, but what a day. What a day. Looks like Dave Portnoy from Barstool's shot out to crypto community. It's good. I like Dave, and I really do appreciate the fact that he watches our channel. If you saw a few days ago on the back of his whiteboard, it said the best thing about going parabolic is going parabolic. So I think he understands the brand, and he follows us on Twitter, which is really cool. So he's a good guy. We're going to try to get him a going parabolic hat while supplies last. Let's see. Looks like the war machine's winding down a little bit. The U.S. is to cut force in Iraq to about 3,000 troops. That's interesting. The Trump administration will cut the number of U.S. troops in Iraq to about 3,000 this month. A top military commander said in the country on Wednesday, a reduction from about 5,200. That's not a big force, but certainly an occupying force. The move is part of the President Trump's effort to reduce the American military footprint. I think that was one of President Trump's initiatives when he was running, was around decreasing the military presence around the world. Like, we're not the world's police. So he went into Iraq and Afghanistan pretty hard, and looks like he's trying to de-escalate or demilitarize the U.S. presence in that area. The Wall Street Journal reported last month that the U.S. was planning to withdraw about a third of its force from Iraq. That was from General McKenzie. He represented more than a third of the U.S. force, is one of the steepest such cuts since President Obama withdrew about 1,000 U.S. personnel from Iraq in 2011. I haven't really been following how things have gone in Iraq as closely as I had historically. I don't know what level the Islamic State is in, but I'll probably do some research into it. I'd be interested to just get caught up on what's going on in the Middle East. Looks like there was a bomb that targeted Afghanistan's vice president as Kabul Taliban prepare for historic talks. So I guess we'll spend a little bit of time on this since we're talking about withdrawing from Iraq. A bombing targeting the convoy of Afghanistan's first vice president killed 10 in the country's capital, an indication of the high stakes in the U.S.-backed talks between Kabul and the Taliban to end nearly 2 decades of fighting. Incredible how the Russians passed the ball to us, and we've been in Afghanistan for 20 years. It's absolutely incredible. Most of young people today have been in a perpetual war. The U.S. has been in a perpetual war almost their whole lives. It's pretty incredible to think. A bomb placed in a wheelbarrow detonated near Amrullah Saleh's convoy in Kabul early Wednesday. Interior Minister spokesman Tariq Arian said Mr. Saleh suffered minor injuries in the attack that wounded more than 15 people, including several of his bodyguards, according to the ministry. It's always sad stuff. I hate all this violence. I just wish there was an alternative. As I say, before war, there's discourse and discussion. Then there's war. But always after war, there's discourse and discussion. I wish we'd just leave out the middle part and just be committed to resolving conflict through negotiation and peaceful talks, and even agreeing to disagree and just leave me alone. We're gonna do this our way. This is our part of the world, and you can go do your thing your way. That's your part of the world, and it's okay to be different as long as we don't kind of cross paths and do things to hurt each other, or I don't see what's wrong with that. Actually, we don't all have to be the same. I actually think that's probably an impossible perspective to maintain, right? All right, it's probably a little too deep, but whatever. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but you guys, you got it. So, Crypto Chick, what's up? Hugh Meyer, he's laughing at me. I know. It's a mess. Crypto Raven, glad Apple gave you your voice back. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Steve Jobs, rest in peace. I'm not talking about dongles. I want everyone to be able to hear what I'm saying. Hey, thanks for continuing to support the store. We've got an awesome Jim Tan Laundry Bitcoin shirt that's been released. It's got it's got Bruce actually flexed down. The gyms are open, so he's all shredded already. He's got the weights and his GTLB shirt, so you got to check that out in the store. That's actually a picture of Bruce, absolute savage. He's ripped, sun's out. He's got the abs. He's hot fire. Check it out. There will be no eating of Filet-O-Fish here at Going Parabolic. Yep. For those of you who don't know, I've been pretty consistent in regards to saying that Bitcoin will reach an all-time high, its all-time high by October 31st. Remember this, December 6th, 2017, Bitcoin was right around the range it's right now. Right around the range it is now, 10,000, 11,000, it was chopping around. I was there, I was watching it. In the next few days, it went to its all-time high. It went from 11,000 to 20,000. Bang. It just did it. Bang. So when I say we can get to an all-time high, right now we're chopping around 10.5, 10.2. For us to get to 19 is nothing. It's a nothing of a move. It's a few $1 billion of new fresh capital comes in and it'll push us where we need to be. I think it's like $4 billion. $4 billion of fresh capital. And imagine how nuanced and small the Bitcoin community is, that $4 billion could actually pump the price up that high. $4 billion. It's nothing. It's nothing. Look at what the government's doing with trillions and trillions of dollars of money printing. We're talking about $4 billion. There are hedge funds and and family offices that manage the kind of money I'm talking about. So let's just keep it straight. Let's keep it straight. Matt Stewart, Matt from Canada, Cash Flow Quadrants is a great book. Thank you for the recommendation. Yep, Robert Kiyosaki, Cash Flow Quadrants, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's got actually a 7-part series on YouTube that you should watch. It's really, really good. 7-part series. He just released it. I enjoyed it very much. Work Comp. He is the best. I think you're talking about Dave. Dave El Cid Vicious. Awesome quote from Dan Held on Twitter. Bitcoin is a super commodity minted from energy, the fundamental commodity of the universe. That is pretty dope. Thank you for sharing that. That's pretty awesome. Francisco Espinoza, what's up? Jan Morgan, always good to see you, Jan. Devin Shaw. Dave is a lot smarter than what people make him out to be. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That dude's real. That dude's real. All right. We always talk about U.S. jobs here. So it looks like U.S. job openings leveled off late in the summer. The number of available jobs in the U.S. leveled off late. The latest sign momentum in the labor market is easing since 6 months after the coronavirus pandemic took hold of the U.S. The increase in the number of job postings, a real-time measure of labor market activity, has slowed dramatically since late July. Last week stood at about 20% below 2019 levels, according to the data job search site Indeed.com. Job postings on the site plummeted this spring when the pandemic hit. By May, postings were 33% below February's pre-pandemic level. All right, so this is just saying that there aren't jobs out there for people to try to get. The August unemployment rate fell to 8.4%, and employers added 1.4 million jobs. But the labor market still had about 11.5 million fewer jobs than before the pandemic. All right, so we're still kind of in a bad position. We still have a lot of small businesses closing down. The majority of these jobs are absolutely tied to small businesses. It looks like they're winding down stimulus. I heard, I think it's Senator Cruz today, pining about the fact that the Democrats are filibustering more stimulus. So it may be a problem. And, I think people are still hurting. I made a statement recently about UBI. I don't agree with it. And when I think about UBI, I think about some persistent airdrop of money. I don't think about a one-time stimulus check. So I may misunderstand what UBI is, but when I think of UBI, I think about the fact that, say you are someone who's at poverty or below poverty level, that you're going to get $1,000 a week. Let's just say that's the UBI payments, $1,000 a week. So you're going to get $4,000 a month. You are someone who wasn't motivated to get an education, wasn't motivated to be an entrepreneur, wasn't motivated to work with someone or partner up with someone so that you guys could build something of substance. You're not motivated to sit here in front of a camera and be artistic or share your thoughts. You're not motivated enough to read. You're not motivated enough to write. You're not motivated enough to play video games and be good at it enough to make money. You're not motivated enough to create a hat that someone will buy. You're not really motivated enough to do any of that. And you've got some rationalization of what that is, right? So you were born and your dad left, or your mom left, or your cat died, or your hamster died, or people were mean to you, or this privilege or that privilege or whatever. Look, we can go on and on and on and on with all these different reasons why you aren't succeeding at life, right? You're not succeeding at life. And so in response to all of that, I'm going to give you $4,000 a week. You need to go outside and slap yourself, if that makes sense. Like, slap yourself. People are laughing and there's no one even in the room with me. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm sympathetic to the poor. We should have social systems to help people who are, who've tripped and who have fallen. We should do things to help disadvantaged. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about a persistent payment for doing the very least, a reward for a lack of motivation. All I see that doing is demotivating people. Hey, if you feel differently, hit me up in the live chat. If not, just slap yourself, because it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It literally, I think it could really be the end of what made America great. And I do think America's kind of a great country. It's like a place people want to come. I've been all over the world, and people think there's like money grows on trees. Like it's a money tree. And the only money tree I know is BlockFi. That's the only money tree I know about. The BlockFi money tree. Where every month the money tree just sprouts and gives me more money. It's amazing, that BlockFi money tree. I've been talking about it till I'm like red in the face, that BlockFi money tree. All right. I know I got a hard stop, 10 minutes. Let me see if anybody caught any smoke there. Bring Tina on again. I could listen to him for days. Yeah, I love Tina. Did someone ever win that giveaway? Yeah, I think so. I'll check. I do so many giveaways. Sorry about all the notifications going off. Hey, Jason, how do you find venture investment deals? Do you have any advice for someone wanting to make some venture investments? That's from AZ. Pomp and I have all kinds of venture flow, so it comes through multiple channels. Our network of founders that we've already invested in, so we've invested in hundreds of companies. It comes through LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, DMs, relationships, people reaching out through. I'm a part of like Duke Angels and Blue Angels and venture partner groups, and then there are people that bring me in to do diligence on deals. Like that's how I met. Oh, anyway, so there's so many different avenues. You're kind of working your network, and then you're trying to get into that sweet spot of the really good deals early, and that's the secret, right? The secret to venture investing is to get in the very best deals as early as possible, and then deploy a lot of capital. There you go. 3 steps. I just dropped absolute early stage venture fire on you. Get in the very best deals early, and then push the chips in with conviction. Right? 2 thumbs just said, shit, I make $1,000 a week. Thought I was doing good. Look, these are the numbers that I'm hearing about UBI. That's absolutely crazy. 93 mischief. I don't think it's as simple as they are not motivated. They don't know how to do it. They weren't provided the tools. I already said all that, 93 mischief. I've already said all that. But if you don't think that all the tools, that all the information, that everything that you need to do anything to rise above the shitty place that you think you're in isn't on the intranet right now, slap yourself. All you have to do is just search anything that you want. I want to sell beads. I want to sell slime. I want to sell keto donuts. I want to sell pencils. I want to make something. Everything is right here. It's right here. Don't tell me there's no internet connection, all this other nonsense. They're excuses. Drop me $1,000 a week, and I guarantee you I won't boot up the intranet and figure out how to get out of my shitty situation. Guaranteed. UBI isn't about motivation. It isn't about working or not working. It's about income and wealth and inequality. Welfare, I believe, was created like 1933. It's after the Great Depression. It was to try to help with the same kind of stuff we were dealing with just in March, right? But I don't think a welfare state works. And I don't think a persistent level of support, like this is a perversion of what that was meant to do. It just doesn't. And look, I'm open. I don't know who said this, but it's something that like I believe. I have very strong convictions that I hold loosely. If someone provides me more information, I'll change my mind in a minute. In a minute, I'll change my mind. I'll admit I'm wrong immediately. And I challenge all of you to do the same. I'm seeming very convinced of whatever I'm saying right now. If someone convinces me otherwise or shows me where I'm wrong, I'll change my mind. Absolutely. Steve Jobs, he could unplug the mic again. I'll take that as a sign. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Andy Jones, thoughts on current COVID situation? Oof. Is it still a problem? Time to open up economy and stop being scared. Extremely curious of your thoughts. I think that the mortality and morbidity around COVID it's very difficult to get an accurate depiction of really what's going on. Like I actually am trying to unpack like how many people are actually dying from COVID, and I want to know the age groups like 0 to 18, 18 to 25, 25 to 45, 45 to 65, 65 and older. I want to see how this thing knocks out the population, and I'd like to sprinkle some comorbidities in it. My impression is it knocks out the older people with comorbidities and the super young that have a fragile immune system potentially, but otherwise, people walk it off. I'm not really that interested in the solutions that the government or the news media is portraying right now. They're kind of saying like we'll open the economy once we have a vaccine. I think a vaccine's a long way away. I tweeted this: take the profit out of this adventure. There are 9 companies right now competing to produce a vaccine, and I think it's a race for profitability. And I'm scared of what people may be injecting into their bodies. Do your own research. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm in the healthcare field. What I'd like to see is rapid, accurate access to testing that is everywhere, and go back to work. And if your employer wants to test you every 2 weeks, and everyone has a thermometer, and I've been going to the gym the last few days. I feel a little weird. I have to be honest. Like I'm looking at someone like they're crazy when they walk by me with dumbbells, and I'm telling you, if I feel that way, imagine how a more fragile person is behaving. Like someone who may have kidney disease or diabetes. They must be freaked if someone moves into their space. I'm pretty healthy, and I'm like looking at someone like, bro, back off, put your mask on. And I don't even know why I'm doing that. Well, I know why I'm doing that, but it's just it's interesting how your psychological conditioning after a certain time period starts to almost change like the kind of person you are. Like I'm someone who like, oh, I'll jump off that bridge, or let me hit that jump, or I'll drop in on a half pipe. Like I'm, surf that wave. And now I'm worried about the COVID, or someone standing next to me at the gym without a mask on, huffing and puffing. So my thoughts on COVID: we have to get the economy back. We have to be able to get and protect. We have to be able to get a treatment and protect those most vulnerable for COVID, to COVID. We can't burn down the country, though, because of COVID-19. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it doesn't seem that the response is matching with the outcome of the pandemic. Like, I think a lot of people got sick. A lot of people died. It's very unfortunate. But I question the intensity to which we shut down the country. So anyway, we'll see. It's a tough one. Richie Rich, I'm trying to choose between GUSD or USDC. Curious why you like GUSD. It's the audit. I haven't looked into USDC in terms of a third-party audit, but GUSD, I know where the cash is. It's in Silvergate Bank. I know who's doing the audit. I can look at it every month. I trust the Gemini process, licensed, New York. Winklevoss twins aren't going to exit scam anyone. That's why I'd use USD. BlockFi's Money Tree, you got that. Hey guys, can you do me a favor? Smash the like. We got 70 people listening here. I'd love to see the likes go way up, and follow us. That would be awesome. And Francisco's like UBI, no UBI, dirtback will always be a dirtbag. Dirtback. Oh, you may be saying dirtbag. I'm not even talking about dirt bags. Like I'm not even using that language. I'm just talking about like if you're 21, 31, 41, 51, 61 years old right now, and you're not doing what you want to do in life, do it. Stop looking around, looking for someone to lift you up or convince you or light a fire. Just do it. Do anything. Do anything. Get a side hustle. Work 3 jobs. Do anything. And don't tell me you can't get a job, because I'll go get a job right now. I saw Mr. Beast buy a Lamborghini acting like he was a homeless guy. I mean, it's just, you can do anything you want. I mean, think about Mr. Beast. He's 23 years old. He's hanging out with his friends, doing silly things on the internet, making $18 million a year. Give me a break. That pisses me off, because I screwed up. I should be doing that. I'd rather hang out with my friends, giving away money, feeding people in soup kitchens, and make $18 million a year, get up, get it, get moving. Stop with the excuses. All right, I got to go. I got a meeting right now. You guys are awesome. Wind this up and buy the t-shirt, super fat. I want to see those t-shirts.